and for the likes of Chris Mason that haven't played a lot of darts in recent times, or maybe not as much as they used to, it's an opportunity to sharpen up and see where their game's at ahead of the Circus Tavern.
140, double
Yeah,
the crowd, 136.
Paul Hinks, of course, will be officiating on that famous stage again as well. What a start this is from Burnett, though. What a start it could be from Fitton, who wants to be fitting another one in there. And he has for double eight. Oh, absolutely dazzling darts by Daryl Fitton. What a start. Well, legends living up to the name for these performances, both averaging well into the 90s. We've seen big finishers, we've seen maximums.
No score.
But we haven't yet seen the match-winning double. And I'm not sure Daryl Fitton can quite believe it.
As close as he could have got without hitting. That should be a decent enough guide for Richie. And he uses it perfectly, and we go all the way to a last leg decider in the opening match of the evening.
Seventh and final leg, Daryl to throw first. Game on.
It's perfectly poised. Now, does he go double-double, or is it old school? Because this is the old school week. And Fitton
57,
doesn't do anything fancy, but all he can do is leave a double, having missed 3 darts to win the match already.
So Burnett gets his moment to win it. Tops
for
a comeback win and an opening win for the Prince of Wales. Richie Burnett gets the better of Daryl Fitton by 4 legs to 3. The Dazzler missed 3 darts to get the job done 4-2.
Neil the car 170.
Finish we've seen twice this week from Robert Thornton, but Neil Duff isn't going to make it a hat-trick of big fish outshots, and so
95.
Mason back for 32, back for double 16 to re-establish his lead at 2-1. Double 8. 3 legs, 3 holds. Chris Mason 2-1 to the good. Double 16 to get the break of throw. But opportunity
55.
Denied by Neil Duff. And so Mason
40.
will come back for tops to keep a hold. The streak of holds.
2 10s.
30.
Maybe a little
Neil
2 10s.
16.
And Duff returns to break.
Double 4.
12.
Well, he was never going to hit that, was he? The reaction came after dart 2. It wasn't exactly
Game shown the 5th
an
leg.
act of manifestation there.
37.
That man's favourite finish.
27.
For the game. Duff isn't going to get a crack at the bullseye. Mason may 59. Only get 1 dart at that particular target himself if he can find a treble from the 1-2-6. But it's not going to be done now, and so Duff to take this game from the grasp of Chris Mason, looking 46. At 68.
Neil 68.
Well, if he goes for the treble 20, he has to be mindful of a 1 or a 5. He's okay. Big target to aim at now for tops.
Game shot in the match.
Pretty much for the first time in the match, a double is nailed first start, much to Chris Mason's frustration.
50.
Well, it's not a tactic or a gamesmanship type play. He sees the bullseye as his favourite double on the board. So it doesn't matter who you are. It's just the way 42. That he plays the game. Whether you like 16. It or not, he doesn't change your enemy. It's just what he does.
Hasn't worked on that occasion. It gives Fitton a chance. Nobody knows what would have happened.
Game shot on the second leg. Daryl Fitton
decided to leave an outer ring double. 2 darts at that instead.
But if Whitehead finds a treble here, he will fancy himself for the bull. Chase the treble, paid the price, and that's the catchphrase of a man we're going to see next, Chris Mason.
80.
I think treble 20 on an 80 shot is actually more than a bonus, because when you throw 2 singles, you've got a lot of metal in the way of the target you're going for. Daryl Fitton makes it count and levels the match. A right smile from Whitehead, who denied himself a shot.
For Whitehead, and it may just light up the blue touch paper somewhat. Tops He was never going to go bull, was he?
Game
But he
shot
finds
the
the
fifth leg,
treble
Colin
20,
Whitehead.
double 20, and Whitehead moves 3-2 up if he returns.
Well, he's plotting his path. Well, I think he's plotting Daryl Fitton's path, actually, but he was wrong.
Either that or he was plotting the downfall of the Dazzler, which he can
56.
complete here.
Corner car,
If he can take
72.
out this 72, it would mean the Dazzler would be 0-2 for the night, having played a game more than everybody else in the group.
Well, going this way does pose a problem. We mentioned his long darts earlier on. Is that one in the way?
32.
He cleared it, but he also cleared the double.
68.
So this to ensure all 3 games at the beginning of the session go all the way to a last leg decider. Whitehead shakes his head in the background. He almost expects this to go, but it
48.
doesn't.
Corner car 40. Game shot on the match,
And
Colin
it is
Whitehead.
Conan who conquers in the 3rd match of the night. It's a win for Whitehead, his first outing of the evening, but it's the 2nd fail for Fitton.
Christian car 36.
Double 18 for leg 2.
No score.
Cannot believe it. Baffled
Christian car 87.
that hasn't gone in.
It was almost a Burnett-esque reaction to those misses there. And this, an opportunity for 2-0. It may just be a dart of the ball. Mason watches on tentatively in the background as Burnett goes for double 5
Game
and
shot on the
gets
second
double
leg,
5.
Burnett.
The arm goes up by way of apology. Chris Mason should tell him off for
Third leg,
that.
Richie the 31st. Game
By Phil Tell, who averaged 112 in that match. A game which lasted 23 legs, an average of 112.
58. Richie car 98.
But this game could be close to over if Mason isn't careful, because Burnett is going to split because his opponent isn't on a finish. Finds a
Game
double
shot on the third
16
leg, Richie Burnett.
and moves 3-0 to the goods. Got 6 darts here from 146 to get his first leg of the contest on the board. Will move across the treble 18. Cannot find.
98.
Yeah, it's been sensible there. There probably would have been a temptation to stay there with plenty of room to the right of the marker, but with Burnett not on a finish, thought better of it.
36. Christian car
But he missed 3
48.
darts on the wire, a double 18 in leg 2. He's going to get a couple more here, a double 16 to get on the board here.
Game
And
shot on
that
the
time,
fourth leg,
no
Chris
mistake.
Mason. Car 129.
Even if you hit the treble, you've still got plenty of work to do, which he's done. So 72 remaining, options on it. And that wasn't one of them. I find that bizarre,
79.
going for a 36
Christian
when there is a
40.
bigger target that scores exactly the same on the board.
Double 10, 1 left. And a failure to find
Richie car 50.
is a head scratcher for Chris Mason, but it also presents the opportunity for Richie Burnett to win the game here and now. There's a leg he probably consigned to the dustbin, but it's a
Game
leg
shot on the
that
match,
has won
Richie
Richie Burnett the match. He gets the better of Chris Mason by 4 legs to 1.
There's nothing to say that he can't compete as he did for the years that he held one. Duff here working his way up to tops.
76.
That would have been
car
the 3rd time
130.
this week he would have taken out the 116. That's a perfect guy for the treble, unable to utilise it.
65. Neil the car 40.
Halves the score. But Duff has left himself a very good marker of his own. Can't use it. And look at the disappointment etched on the face of Duff.
Getting shown the fifth
That
leg. Neil.
will change the expression.
I hope you're sat comfortably, Murph, because it feels like we might be here a while. Late night darting drama here on this Thursday evening.
140.
Well, that's why we bring you
Corner car
24/7.
76.
Conan Whitehead looking to take this one the distance. Didn't look easy, did it? So he does step in the end, and he
Getting shown the
proved
sixth leg. Corner Whitehead.
to be right to do so.
If this does not go,
And it won't. So Duff, well, the first thing is to make sure he hits
82.
one of the circles, either the green one or the red one. That one's better. It gets him 2 darts. A double 16. Colin Whitehead thinks it's game over.
Game shot on the match, Neil
And it
Duff.
is. As Neil Duff finishes that game in style.
No score.
That is messy.
10.
Very, very messy.
That was almost a overcompensation to ensure that he had a clean lie at double 1. He didn't get a go at it, as it turned out to be the case. And Mason's not going to get a go at double 2 either. Real scrappy opening leg. Both players fluffing their lines on big numbers.
No score.
And again.
10.
He has won a couple of legs on this target tonight. But the woes on the Devils continue.
Well, he tried carefully to hit the 1 then, and he still missed a big number. The 18s have been a disaster in this game. Fitton's closer there to the 20 segment.
Game shot on the
But
first
he just
leg,
somehow managed to win that absolute mess of a leg. The 120 may be there for the taking. And he can take it on tops.
80. W car 80.
Smidgen over the top, and so Fitton for the break of throw. Again finds the treble on this combination. And no mistake on the double 10 either. Well, after all the toil and trouble in the previous leg on the doubles, Fitton takes out a pop for a 14 darter. And so if Mason's going to stay in this match, he may have to take out this 1-2-8. And it's going to be a dart at the ball. All he gets if he finds the treble here. Gets that. Bullseye.
103.
Mason cannot find a route back into this contest just yet.
And I'll be hoping that Fitton's not up to these tricks again. Oh, treble found. Mason knows the rest.
Game shot on the third
That's
leg.
the end of the story. Same old story.
Well, he could do what he says is the minimum requirement to win legs. Holding 15 and breaking 12. On the darts here, he could do exactly that.
12 for tops.
Game shot
no
on the
problem at all.
Chris Mason.
14 dart leg. Chris Mason is in the match.
Exactly that. Threatens the break of throw unless Fitton could have taken out the 160. He's not going to do so on this particular occasion, but he is going to pile the pressure on Mason here. With a couple of trebles, he's left himself on double 16 for the match. If this does not go, if he cannot find tops.
I think he has to miss low if he misses. Well, he did, but he's hit the wire. It's come straight off. And that's very unlucky. 2 well-thrown darts. 1 flush off the wire. 1 just above it.
But now
Daryl Fitton will have 3 in hand to win for the first time tonight.
Eventually, Daryl Fitton is a winner here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. A 4-1 success.
Richie Car 100.
And then the very next year tried his best to be the crowd favourite. That wasn't long after an incident of Adrian Lewis as Burnett looks for tops with a ton to get the break and throw and lead by 3 legs to 1. That was a 12 darter. His average in excess here of 101. But I think he's finding it harder than perhaps he would like.
My favourite ever post-match interview after a bit of angst on the hockey was Raymond van Barneveld at the Grand Slam.
44.
After he was accused of taking the game into Barney time against James Wade. And Barney in the same interview said, I wasn't slowing him down, but next time I'll do it again. 17. Tops. 97. That would have been that.
Neil Ducar 50.
Well, we will know if anything has gone on if this game goes to a last leg based on the manner of the acknowledgement of one another. Double top for Neil Duff. Burnett shakes his head in the background. Maybe an expectation that was going to go, and this game goes to a last leg decider. A steely-eyed poise, a steely-eyed focus from Neil Duff. A 25 there. He puts himself in a good suit after 9 darts. And guess what he's left again? Old Faithful, 116.
60. Neil the car, 116.
And he goes this way, and so often he's successful. That leaves him the red top.
Getting shot on
and
the
in it goes, and Duff does it again. A last leg decider sees Duff deny Burnett.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, and he has to take this 160 out. There's no mistake in that. Wow, he says. It slips into the treble 5. Whitehead's back for tops with a double break. But Mason has applied scoreboard pressure.
And he's done it Devon Peterson style, a 60 to leave 25. White doesn't like the light. Steps across to try and bend it round.
30.
So Mason, with that play and that ploy, will only get 2 darts at double.
Getting shown the third leg, Chris Mason.
And that's all he needed. He halves the deficit.
But perhaps the worry for Mason here is where he has been competitive in legs that he's lost early on in the evening. He's now finding himself a long way behind on the Whitehead throw.
100.
Cannot leave a finish there. So Conan's got 6 here to open up a 3-1 advantage.
It's difficult, isn't it, to keep
getting shown the fourth
fighting
leg,
back when you keep getting hit.
Conan car 63.
And that could be all she wrote for Chris Mason on this Thursday evening, because Conan Whitehead...
Does he?
Chris Mason daren't look. He is, you know.
Well, Mason would have been wanting him to do that. No doubt about it.
31.
Chris Mason would have been behind. Go for it, pal.
2.
Go for it. Gives him a dart, a double 1. Gives him 3 darts. Only needs 1.
Flag. Chris Mason.
Thank you very much. Is that pressure 95. Is for tyres.
Chris car 52.
Well, he has shown real character and real resilience, but he's missed a big number. He's only going to get 1 in his hand. A double top. 12. It doesn't go, and Whitehead is back to win it and to leave Mace the ace with 0 points after day 1.
Minor mistakes cost greatly, and it has cost Chris Mason everything tonight. He really gathered himself in that game, but he will be feeling like he's read this particular book before.
Pretty much no matter what to get himself through, and once it gets to Saturday, he's a different beast anyway.
Yeah, he's made of strong stuff. 96 is a number here.
Near the car 96.
Lovely first. No trouble. 2-1, that's what he can do. If you want to attend a World Seniors event, tickets are available from the same website as you can get MODUS Super Series tickets for, dartshop.tv. This duo will be at the tavern.
Did you get one of those cowboy hats in his final appearance?
Unfortunately not, but I got the chance to spend some time in his company, and he's a fantastic man. Double 16 here for Daryl Fitton. And the sharp shooting continues here. Both players 2 from 2 on the outer ring. Neil Duff once again is going to be made to work.
Gave him the platform to really grow in his career. Fitton unable to take out the 146. Neil Duff has an opportunity to complete the card for the night. 68 points away from a 4th win from 4, and to put himself in a dominant position in this group, to put himself in a position where he'd be just 1 game away tomorrow from sealing the deal, but the double 8 for the contest comes and goes.
88 for Fitton then, who is 2 out of 3 on doubles in this game. Will it be the smallest one? Will it be something more sizable? It is. The ball. Oh, it's in the ball. And Neil Duff is taken to a final leg again.
And it feels like when not if on this particular situation. Daryl will be bitterly disappointed. He did all the hard work to get himself back into it in the last leg, and how many times in this situation when you feel like the game's up, you find a decent score. But Duff to finally see off the Dazzler, looking at tops for the win, and gets tops for the win. And it is a 4 from 4, a perfect night for Neil Duff here in Group B.
18s, but he was trying to leave double 18 on that occasion. Very Priestley-esque, isn't it, that 18 switch early in legs?
On the subject of legends,
140.
Yorkshireman, wasn't he? What is the Yorkshireman, Dennis Priestley? Less taxing to move to the 18s. That's 65. You know what to do. Finds the treble. Bonus. To halve the gap in the game.
Conor Whitehead. Richard Carr 24.
to open up a two-leg gap again.
Getting shot on the
13
fourth
darter
leg,
as
Richie
well.
Burnett.
It just looked like Richie Burnett was beginning to stall a little bit.
Car
And
68.
you feel like it may well be the last opportunity he gets. Two in his hand, a double four.
64.
Doesn't go. Burnett is
Richie
back
car
to win
65.
it.
Yeah, there was a real focus. Piercing the board with his eyes there, but Burnett, well, he's made a mess of that. And this is going to be awkward now, because it's not only left him on 62, if it's only a 12, he's blocked the bull. Is he even going to go for it? He has to.
Oh, what a dart!
Burnett.
He saved his best till last. Richie Burnett with a miracle bull to get the better of Conan Whitehead by 4 legs to 1. An intriguing post-match handshake there.
Well, this is the league table in Group B after one night. And look at that. Neil Duff winning all of his matches, winning them all by a single leg. Richie Burnett in second on 6. Conan Whitehead with 2 of his 4 matches. Daryl Fitton winning 1. And Chris Mason, well, what a difficult night it has been for him. Mason not managing to pick up any victories. Some difficult results to take for him.